So it came down to a two-horse race between you and Mr. Rhodes.
No. I was out for running for ages. Oxford.
I had to go back and get that degree.
And Bernardo, what was his secret?
Instinct. Years before anybody understood the geology, he knew enough to scrape together every penny he had and buy a block of claim slap in the middle of the Kimberley mine. Well, we know now that Kimberley was the original volcanic pipe. Well, diamonds are formed. And De Beers and all the other mines were the spillings.
So Barney went for the Kimberley.
Yeah. There was another side, of course. Shady side.
Yes. I've heard all about that. Can't trust a man if he's a Yid, bound to be dealing in stolen diamonds.
I am a Yid, Your Highness.
I now declare this building open.
Whoa! Hey, God bless all who sails in her. Come on. This way.
Whilst we've been sitting in our smug little arses, he's snatched the heart out of the Kimberley mine. He's floated a public company. He's awash with money, and money is power. So we're going to launch a public company. In London, Kimberley, and Cape Town.
The De Beers Mining Company?
Yes.
We can't take the name of the mine.
Why not?
Because we're only part of it.
And we shall be all of it. And Kimberley, and Du Toitspan, and Bultfontein, and I will not stop until De Beers is the richest, the most powerful company this world has ever seen.
How do, Sonny? How do, Governor? Tidy little setup you got here. My nephew Saul?
The buyer's register is next door, Mr. Barnardo.
I ain't come to buy nothing. Unless the premises are already up for sale. No?
What about your father, Pickering? What did he do?
He's a parson.
The preacher's son? Extraordinary. And I mean extraordinary that we should have that in common. So what's your pa like? Hellfire and brimstone?
No. Gentle as a lamb.
Empty houses, I'll bet.
Well,
it stands to reason. Got to give them a bit of drama, the lash. You'd love it.
is your father like that?
No, he's dead. In his heyday, he used to pack 'em in. Famous for his 10-minute sermons. Brevity, boy, brevity. Shall we have another?
Yeah.
When they're sending you back to Grahamstown?
End of December. By then, I'll know all there is to know about the diamond business.
Yeah, it's good firm evidence.
Yes, worse luck. It's feathers next. 3 months on an ostrich farm.
Sorry to leave, eh?
Wouldn't you be? Please, madam, or sometimes ma'am, Sir's fallen down the cellar steps.
Hang the ostrich farm. Stay here. I'm serious. You like it here? Stay.
Not my job.
You can work for me. You can do it, boy. 5 months, you'll be ready.
For what?
To take my place. This big change is coming. Cape Colony is going to take over the Diamond Territory. That means there'll be 2 new parliamentary seats, Kimberley, of course, and Berkeley West for the country voters. I'm standing.
Why?
To secure Africa for the English race. I'll be at the center bickering. Just think what that could mean for De Beers. So, you ready to take my place?
I'm far too young.
I was 18 when my brother pulled out.
It'll be a devil of a fight for Kimberley.
No, I'm not going for Kimberley. I'm going for Berkeley West. Boers and a few Kaffirs. My kind of people.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't go up there.
It's all right, Higgins. This is Mr. Rhodes, the new member for Berkeley
Oh, I'm
West.
sorry, sir.
Ah, don't you worry, Higgins. I can legislate in the Oxford tweeds just as well as I can in black.
Prime Minister.
With you in a moment, Merriman.
More like a jack-in-the-box of a prime minister, isn't it? Ah, Bonnets.
Afrikaner Bond. And a tighter little clan it'd be hard to find.
His Excellency the Governor-General and Lady Robinson.
Sir John.
I'm going to need some introductions, Merriman. Need them badly.
The whole then becomes worth more than the sum of its parts.
Ah, Merriman. Such a fascinating discussion with your friend, Mr. Rhodes here. Had me quite befuddled with talk of ordinary shares and preference shares and dividends and flotations.
I'm sure, Your Excellency.
New breed in politics, what? Question is, Mr. Rhodes, can a man ride 2 horses at once? I refer, of course, to commerce and public service.
Well, 2 are inseparable, sir. It's no good having great ideas without the money to back them. And they accepted?
Had to. Made our terms absolutely clear from the start. The identity of the purchaser would not be disclosed. All future instructions to come through me.
And they don't have an inkling? Are you sure, Harris?
Absolutely.
Well, then let's drink to it. My first newspaper, the Cape Argus. For the press it is that rules the minds of men. Not serious. Come in. What a politician wants is to be reported correctly. Merriman. Dr. Rutherford Harris. You know John Merriman?
How do you do? Well, I'll be going then. Wonderful to meet you.
My dear old chap, you look whacked. Take your coat off. Sit down. Drink?
No, thank you.
All right. What is it?
Rhodes. There've been some ugly rumours in the House. De Beers shares dished out to MPs on all sides. Bondsmen. Even the Governor-General himself. There's also talk about your acquiring newspapers secretly.
Oh, for God's sake, Merriman. Don't be swayed by every whiff of gossip. Trust what you know.
Look, we're divided in the House over important questions of principle. Rhodes, you can't cultivate the Boers who'd wish to force the natives back into slavery and expect to keep the respect of men who think like I do.
A man isn't necessarily infected by ideas he detests. We must end the Boers' isolation. Try and influence them. This colony will never take its rightful place in Africa as long as we're divided against ourselves. Merriman, never, never doubt my motives.
My apologies, Your Highness. The debate was extended.
Thank you for granting me this interview, Mr. Merriman. You're a very busy man, and I'm sure you would wish me to come straight to the matter in hand. Mr. Merriman, there are two great statesmen in this country. Two men from the same background. Two men who have known each other for nearly 30 years, who have worked together time and time again, and who have shared their most intimate thoughts. Yet at this dangerous time, you have split the country between you. Very humbly, I offer my services as mediator.
Did Rhodes suggest this meeting?
No. I came of my own accord.
Then I'm afraid you're treading on very dangerous ground, Your Highness. Rhodes takes a very unfortunate view of those who claim to speak on his behalf without his authority.
In my case, I am confident that he would make an exception.
And why is that?
Mr. Rhodes and I are engaged. We have decided to delay the official announcement until a more appropriate time. Mr. Merriman, what was it that set you against him? Please, I must know.
Your Highness, I have no doubts about your powers of persuasion, all the influence you may now have over Rhodes. But I can assure you the breach between us is irreparable.
Mr. Merriman, I have a right to know. Not as a political mediator. No, that gives me no right. But as his fiancée.
There's nothing to be gained from this. I no longer know the man you intend to marry. All I know is the history.
History will suffice, Mr. Merriman.
Oh, they are sinking. They're sinking fast.
What?
Baxter's Gully Company's shares are down to 8.10. Bet the rats are jumping ship.
Yes. We're buying in heavily. Should have a controlling interest by the end of the month.
Tallest?
Bonato Company. Production figures to September the 30th.
Oh, they'll keep it.
Oh, God, it's good to be back.
Pickering? Feel like keeping an old bachelor company? Move out of those awful digs and move in with me.
What do you think?
Rhodes, I couldn't.
You said you would. You said you would. You can't go back on your word now.
I had no idea you were so cramped.
Oh, well. Not ritzy enough for you.
Rhodes.
Don't have time for frippery, boy. Christmas! My money's got to work for me, not pamper me. Oh, yeah. There you are. There's plenty of room for a bed now. What do you think?
All right, let's put all this away. It's past midnight.
I'm not putting any of this away. It's for the rubbish.
No, you don't. It's Herbert's.
All right, but I'm putting the rest out.
Can't do that.
You'll never wear any of this again. Look, you couldn't even get into these.
They are staying right where they are. They're part of history. I wore those my first day on the diggings. Put them on.
What? Go on, put them on. All right. Pretty good fit.
Now the blazer. Must have the blazer.
Mr. Rhodes! I have a proposition to make. With your 2 claims over there, and my 3 over here.
Treasure it, Pickering. Your youth. It's too short. Life. Everything in the world. It's too short.
Oh, yes, as quick as you can, Christmas. Sorry to disturb you. Just leaving.
Leaving?
I've got to get to Cape Town as fast as I can.
What's happening?
Oh, Mattis's government has lost its nerve in this part of the country, and I'll tell you about it when I get back. Take care of yourself, old chap.
Ready, Miss Rhodes?
Oh, that one too.
What's this? Oh,
something for you. Open it when I've gone.
Dear Pickering, I leave everything I possess in trust to you. You fully understand you are to use the interest in any way you like during your lifetime. Yours, C.J. Rhodes.
Is it true? Bechuanaland. Am I to understand Her Majesty's government intends to give the territory away to the natives?
To hold the territory in trust.
Our hinterland in trust to natives. I regard Bechuanaland as our Suez Canal to the north. It's our road to the interior. If this colony is ever to take its rightful place in Africa, that road must be kept open.
Rhodes, we have neither the moral right
right?
No, the resource!
I'll get the resources. The road must be kept open.
It's out of my hands.
Very well. If Her Majesty's government doesn't have the stomach for the job, I must find men who have.
Rhodes.
I would like to remind the member for Berkeley West that he was elected to serve all his constituents, white and black.
And I shall continue to serve them, sir. It's not the issue. The issue is my right to be in this house. And I can assure you, sir, that if I owed my present position to the native voter, then I would wish to be chucked out. Because I do not believe that men in a state of pure barbarism have the maturity nor the common sense to decide who is qualified to govern them. These are my politics on native affairs, and these will be the politics of Southern Africa. The native must be treated as a child and denied the vote.
Pickering, let me have 5 away.
It's all right, Boss Rhodes. I can stay till the end of the month.
No, you don't. I couldn't bear to have you sulking around the house any longer. What do you know about politics? Life goes on just the same. You eat well, you live well. All right, so you can't bear the sight of me any longer. Doesn't mean you have to go back to the bundu. There's plenty of work for you here. You don't belong in a mud hut, man. You've joined the civilized world. You can't turn back now.
It's all right, Boss Rhodes. I'll go and pack.
For the old times, eh?
There's no need for that, Boss Rhodes. You can keep it.
Enough exercise for one night? Must find bite.
Just keep an eye out for an exceptionally tall woman. A weakness of his. There. Time to advance on the personal, eh?
You talk as if you own the entire place. Whatever you call yourselves, Mr. Rhodes, your company is not De Beers mine.
Not yet. $4 million per annum. That's the price the market will bear, whether we release a flood of diamonds or a trickle. Take a look at this. A list of couples getting engaged, country by country, year by year, since 1875.
Excuse me, sir.
Forgive me, Bite. Duty calls. I must talk again soon.
Thompson? What the blazes is going on here?
All these boys have been quarantined, Mr. Rhodes. Dr. Matthews' orders.
Oh, Dr. Matthews. Who let Matthews into the compound? Matthews!
He's in the sick bay, sir.
What the hell are you playing at?
Mr. Rhodes, have you been vaccinated?
Of course I bloody well have. Who gave you the authority to turn my compound upside down?
I have 3 confirmed smallpox cases.
What makes you so damn sure?
Perhaps you'd care to see for yourself. You don't have to look, do you? You can smell it.
Can we talk outside? Just 5 minutes.
So what happened to you?
Bit of a to-do at the compound. Everything's settled. Party go all right?
Smashing. Some people stay till after 5.
Grand morning for a ride. What do you say we go down to the stables and...
All right.
Pickering? 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 You all right?
Elbow's broken.
Oh, bloody hell.
Bit of a pincushion, aren't I?
Hold tight, it's going to hurt a bit. Bloody hell.
All right.
No, one more.
Now, from now on, you're staying put.
For goodness sake. I can't spend any more time lying about.
You do as you're told. Got to get that temperature down. I'll be back again tomorrow.
Blasted.
Pickering? Back in a minute. Not clearing up, is it? It's been almost a month.
Well, boy's too headstrong. And if he's not damned careful, he could be in serious trouble. Septicemia.
going to write you a new prescription. And there's a woman I'd like to recommend. She's a qualified nurse. From now on, I want that dressing changed 3 times a day.
I'm not having any damn fool woman in there. I'll do what needs to be done. 3 times, 4 times, 20 times a day if necessary.
Very well. But you make sure he rests. Good night, Mr. Rhodes.
Dr. Jamison, you've detained some of the boys on their way to the mines. Why?
Smallpox. We think the problem's in the Transvaal. From now on, we're stopping everyone from the north and Portuguese east. Whatever happens, this thing's not getting through to Kimberley.
It's already here. Six cases at De Beers.
Why wasn't this reported?
It's all right. They're getting proper treatment.
Proper treatment? Damn it, man, you're guilty of a criminal offense.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Dr. Matthews might be, of course. You do realize, don't you, that what this town faces is something far more serious than smallpox? Look, the outbreak is confirmed. Every native in the compound bolts into the bush. Mines would close down within a week.
We'd survive?
You might. And anybody else who's lucky enough to have a vaccination scar on his arm and the price of a coach ticket in his pocket, what about the rest? You know damn well no Boer farmer would come within 10 miles of the place. We'd be out of food and fuel within a month. There's no smallpox in the beer. Skin infection, maybe. Not contagious. Maybe affects only natives. You're the only doctor here with first-rate English qualifications. It's your name behind this. The others would soon fall into line. They know what's at stake.
We, the undersigned, hereby declare that the disease at present affecting a small number of native miners in Kimberley is not smallpox. It is a bullous disease of the skin, allied to pemphigus, which is only infectious to the black races.
The medical doctor should put thousands of lives at risk, pervert justice, falsify records.
No!
I call upon this House to condemn these guilty men in the roundest terms.
I object to these attacks on men of the highest possible standing in the medical profession.
Why did they
Granted, they made a mistake. A mistake? But to suggest a conspiracy without proof.
Well, why did they report it
And you know
earlier?
it. These men were acting in the best interests of the community.
He's right. What about the mining industry? Behind this, he proved it.
Mr. Rhodes? Come back tomorrow, I'm busy.
Mr. Rhodes? Don't you recognize me?
Can't say I do, no.
Merrily, merrily shall I live now.
Harry. Harry Curry. Good Lord, how are you?
Good.
Mother and father fit?
Yeah, top form.
Good. Come in.
Thank you.
When did they throw you into this bear garden?
Actually, I asked for a transfer. I wanted to be near the fireworks.
I trust we didn't disappoint you this afternoon.
No.
Not much of a job, is it?
Well, I'm doing all right.
All right? Well, let's stand still. If everyone was content with all right, you should come back to Kimberley, boy. A lad like you would make his fortune in no time. I'll show you the ropes.
Thanks, Mr. Rhodes, but
Rhodes to you, boy.
I can't go swanning off to Kimberley. You see, I only get a week free in the year as it is, and I'm certainly not risking...
We'll be Kimberley and back in 3 days before long. Sit down. Railway, boy, railway. We're almost through.
Let him be. Let him be. Gentlemen, I believe this meeting will always have a special place in our hearts and in the annals of our company. I'm delighted to be able to welcome Mr. Bite to the Board of De Beers. Thank you. And I'm sure you'll all join me in congratulating Mr. Pickering. Good to have you back. Well, gentlemen, the tempo is quickening. The tempo is quickening. The Elmo, the Independent, the Oriental, all safely in the fold. The only serious obstacle now is the Victoria Mine. Like everyone else before them, the directors have assured us that they have absolutely no thoughts of amalgamation. Mr. Bite has, I think, come up with a very sensible scheme. His associates in England have agreed to purchase Victoria shares on the London market and in their own names. We shall take the Citadel by stealth, gentlemen. By stealth. Item 1.
So you want my backing? And a 20% interest in everything you purchase on my behalf?
Rhodes, you'll never regret it. We followed the reef for 15 miles. Every sample payable gold.
I've heard it all before, sir. I'm a diamond digger. You're a doctor. What do we know about gold? Lost a brother once, chasing fool's gold up in the north.
Mr. Rhodes, I am convinced I was on the edge of the largest gold field the world has ever seen.
All right. Come back at 1. Bring your samples with you.
They call the place Witwatersrand, Whitewater's Ridge. It's a day's ride from Pretoria.
You mean here?
No, here, south of Pretoria.
North, south, what the hell does it matter? It's still slap in the middle of Boer territory.
It belongs to somebody else. That's the problem.
Right, sir. Rudd and I will wait here at Walker's Hotel while the Boer deals with the Boers. Go and buy yourself a horse, then go off and buy a farm. Don't care what it costs, as long as the owners are willing to be out within a week. We must have a headquarters.
He's prepared to hold the option open for 10 days.
What do you reckon, Rudd?
I can't believe these samples. He salted them.
Rudd, these claims are from the main reef leader. Exceptionally rich ground.
Then why is he selling?
All right. Let's go back and do our own sampling. We'll have to decide within 10 days whether to purchase.
No harm in that, Rudd.
Now, the farm Doornfontein. I've secured options
for that racket.
I'll go and see.
The farm Doornfontein.
For £250. I've secured a further option for 10 days on a farm that debate.
Some coolie.
Which of you, please, Mr. Rhodes?
I am. What do you want?
From telegraph office in Pretoria, sir. Came by this afternoon's coach.
When's the next coach to Kimberley?
5 o'clock tomorrow morning, sir.
Rhodes?
Pickering has had a relapse.
Rhodes, I must have an answer before the options of the funds expire. Rhodes is 10 days for
I can't think. I've got to get to Kimberley.
All seats taken, sir. You'll have to wait until Wednesday.
I've got to get to Kimberley. It's an emergency. For God's sake, I've got to get to Kimberley. Will one of you sell me a seat? Any price you want. Look, is there an Englishman here?
Hey, meneer!
Look, Alistair, 10, 20. Someone book a seat. Let's go. I'll ride on the top of the mail. You can't say no to that.
It's 300 miles, sir!
Well, we can't have this, you know. I'm supposed to be the sickly one.
Poison's worked through his whole system. That's why his lungs are...
Oh, God. Pushed him too hard. Sorry. Don't let me ever hear you say that, do you understand?
You know what I've been thinking? As soon as you're a little bit better, we could go to Switzerland. Just the two of us. And buy a little house up in the mountains where the air sparkles. I'm tired of all this. Dog tired. What?
Another telegram from Saar. Already lost the farm, Doornfontein. Must have your authority today. Purchase 2 copies before option expires.
I can't deal with it now, Harris. I can't deal with it.
It's all right. It's all right. Lie back and get some sleep.
Time you got some rest yourself. I'll be outside if you need me.
You have been father, mother, sister, brother to me.
Jamison? Jamison!
No. Has to be today, you know that.
No.
Forasmuch as it hath pleased Almighty God of his great mercy to take unto himself the soul of our dear brother here departed, we therefore commit his body to the ground, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life, through our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.
At the time, my affection and admiration for Rhodes knew no bounds. That he could turn his back on the goldfields at that crucial moment to nurse and cherish another human being. Week in, week out, without any thought for himself. That he was capable of that.
Did he ever talk to you about Pickering? Not once? In all those years?
Since the funeral, Pickering's name has never been mentioned to anyone. Rhodes buries his feelings deep inside where they can't be touched. He flung himself back into his work, everything at once. His energy and ambition were awesome. Gold, railways, diamonds. Diamonds and Africa.
We and we alone must take the African interior. No. Some honorable gentleman may say, oh, well, but the land belongs to Chief such and such. Yes. I do not have any such scruple. What concerns me is, are we willing to take our rightful place as the dominant state in southern Africa?
Branch lines for farmers. No, sir. If I'm to take charge of the railways, we must concentrate our resources north through Kimberley, north into Africa. We have the mine. The Victoria Company. We're ready to move into Bonato's territory, gentlemen, the Kimberley mine. Kimberley.
Now, I tell you, if anyone's going to have this business, it better be us!